Hey everyone, my name is Janelle Summers and this is the Team Hardcore training call, and today is Thursday, December 28th. So we're at the end of the month, but this is the perfect time to have a training like this, Success Club SOS. So if you're at Success Club 0 right now, or trust me, there are some people even at negative Success Club points right now. I mean, it happens. People sometimes return things from a previous month and then you're at negative. And I just have to say that even if you're at negative or you're at 0, you still have time. You still have plenty of time, especially if you've been doing the legwork this past month and the past 2 or 3 months. Then you definitely have the opportunity to finish this month and finish this year really strong. Now, why would you want to finish strong? So I know there are some coaches out there that have said, well, should I just hold them off until January because, what if I don't make Success Club in December? And I never recommend holding people off. When people are ready to join or ready to buy, they're ready now. And I'll be honest, they may not be ready tomorrow, or they may not be ready January 1st. They may change their mind. So when people are ready, you need to run with the willing at that time. Okay, so here's the thing. We are at a time in the year where you may not know it, but this is a high time for people to want to get into fitness, purchase something fitness related, or get into this business. I know it for a fact because I can tell. I kind of use my blog as a little bit of a gauge for when it's a good time of year that people are making these decisions, because people will reach out via the opt-in that I have on my blog. I usually don't get much traction from that at all, except for certain times in the year. And I think the reason that this is a good time is because there are a lot of people who are making important decisions this time of year, because they're finishing up the year and they're kind of looking back on the year going, okay, I'm going to make 2018 different. I'm going to make it better. I'm going to be better. I'm going to be healthier. And there are some people that actually have extra funds right now. There are some people that don't, but there are some people who do because of Christmas, or because they're being paid tomorrow, or because they got a Christmas bonus. If you're thinking that people don't have the money right now, or people are not thinking about fitness right now, I can tell you for a fact that's not the case. I have been getting text messages from some of my coaches who had record checks last week. Just got another text from one of my leading leaders this morning. She's not yet diamond yet, but I know she's going to be diamond soon. And she was just saying that this launch has been like amazing for her, and she's just on fire, and she's feeling the momentum and seeing the momentum and the growth in her business. And that could be any one of you. Okay, the reason that some people, some coaches are feeling that momentum and are feeling that excitement is because they have put in the legwork and they have been patient. But there's some things that, maybe you're thinking should, here, let me back up. There's sometimes a perception that if you're just posting and you're doing these certain things on social media, that people will come to you. I wish that were the case. You may notice on my Instagram, like I posted like once yesterday, and I think maybe once a day before, which is really bad. Like you really should, at my level, be posting 3 times a day. When you're brand new, just like Michelle said last week, aim for once a day. But my point is, what you don't see is all the messaging I'm doing behind the scenes. That's where the success is, you guys. It's behind the scenes. It's all that inbox messaging that's taking place on Facebook, on Instagram, via email. That is where success lies. So if you happen to be looking at these, top coaches and going, okay, what are they doing? How are they getting, challengers? How are they filling your challenge groups? How are they adding to their team? And you're trying to see it from their posts, you're not going to see it because it's behind the scenes. When I do posts for a challenge group or posts for joining the business, I don't get a whole lot of traction from that. In fact, I've done posts about a challenge group that, even given the number of followers I have, just really didn't get anywhere. Where I make up ground, where I move the needle, is through one-to-one messages with people. Never fails. I cannot stress it enough. If you think that just by being a product of the product and just by showing up every day in social media, which is awesome. It's a great place to start. And it does help because people start, you're getting on their radar. It helps. Because if you're not doing that and then you suddenly message people, they're like, who are you? And I don't know if I believe that this program works or that Shakeology works because I'm not seeing the results with you. I'm not seeing that you're a product of the product. So yes, the posting and all that, you have to do that. But if you're expecting that that alone will bring people to you, it's just not the case. It's just not the case. And so let me just give you 5 tips for those of you that, and hopefully everyone just wants to finish the month strong. Not only that, finish the year strong, but when you finish strong, your January starts strong. If you don't do anything in these last few days of December, then typically your first week or 2 of January, you're like, what the heck? Why are these people seeing momentum and I'm not? It's because there's always that delay. So here are my 5 quick tips, and then I'll let you get back to whatever you need to do. But you have time. We have until Sunday night. And I know you might be thinking on Sunday that if you haven't made any Success Club points by then, it's over, right? No, I've seen people hit Success Club 5 in one day on the last day. And you might think that everyone has plans on New Year's Eve, but trust me, they don't. Not everyone does something for New Year's Eve. Okay, so tip number 1 is to make a list of prospects. I would say 30 to 50 people. Now, this is where your list that you made when you first started as a coach really should come in handy. So take a look at that list. If you started on my team, you know that that was one of the very first things I had to do was make a list of every single person you know. Because when it comes down to the last few days like this, it's not really about those posts. Like I said, it's about the personal messages. So you need to make a list and be working from this list. 30 to 50 people that you can reach out to. And it can be a mixed bag. It can be some people that maybe are elderly and need to have nutrition and put on weight. There are so many people that are elderly people that are drinking Ensure. I can assure you that Shakeology is more nutritious than Ensure. My mom just texted me this morning about one of her friends who's unfortunately struggling with cancer right now and going through chemo, and she has said that Shakeology has been a complete lifesaver for her, and she's doing it twice a day, and because of that she's been able to put back on some of the weight that she has lost because she hasn't been able to keep any food down, and it's like been a lifesaver for her. Shakeology. Just don't forget the solutions that we have for people, you guys, and how big our audience is. Now that might, you know, when it comes towards the end of the month, you might not be thinking about everyone like this, but when it comes down to the last part of the month, then you really do need to think outside the box a little bit and think about some of the people that you haven't reached and that you haven't reached out to. So making a list of 30 to 50 people that you're going to personally message. Now look at your list of people that you know, that list you made when you joined as a coach. Look at the people that have been in your challenge groups. I don't know about you guys, but I don't close out my challenge groups, at least not for a long time after they're over. So I can personally message the members. You go into that old challenge group, you go to the member section, and you can personally message those members. Maybe it's a free group that you have. When you personally message them, so not just a mass post or a mass email or whatever, personally messaging people, something that is genuine, something that really speaks to an issue that maybe they were having before, and asking how they're doing, starting with that anyway, starting with how are they doing with that, how have they been doing with controlling their sugar cravings or whatever, and get those conversations started. Okay, so tip number 2, with those conversations, as those conversations start to take off. Now, there are some people within the 30 to 50 people that you personally message that, and you don't have to do them all in one day, but I would recommend you do 30 to 50 between today and tomorrow, because some people won't even check their Facebook or their email until maybe Saturday or even Sunday. You know, you and I, we might check our stuff every day. A lot of people don't, okay? Especially not their Facebook messages. Or they check it, they see it, and they're like, okay, but I'm in line and I'm not gonna respond back to that right now. And then they forget. So don't be put off or hurt by people not responding or giving you crickets when you can see that they saw the message. They just might not have had time to respond at that moment. So my tip number 2 is to create value and urgency once you have someone that does have a need and you can help them with something that we offer, now is your chance to give them a reason to want to act on this right now and not miss out. What is that reason that you're giving them? If you're just saying, hey, so let me know if you're interested, that is not going to work. Very, very rarely would that ever work for me, if it ever has. I don't think it ever has. You have to just ask and say, here's what you would get. I have, for the first 3 people that invest in, Beachbody on Demand with a supplement, will receive this, blah, 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 whatever it is that you have. Now, we cannot offer incentives that are more than $50, just so you know, and we cannot offer cash. But giving them a sense of urgency, because only the first 3 who commit is this little deal for, or the first 5, or maybe it's the first 2, whatever you are going to do, there has to be some reason where they're like, oh, I guess I need to act on this now versus later, right? And not everyone's going to act on it, of course. But if you're messaging, the more people you're messaging, you're increasing that likelihood that someone is going to feel strongly enough that they need to make a change, that they're going to do it. And remember, when you're messaging people and you're talking to people, that the most important thing is not what it is that they're going to get, it's why. What, okay, so you've got Shakeology and you've got all these different ingredients and all the statistics and all the scientific facts behind it, and the nutrition facts and all that kind of stuff. That's the what. Why? Why would they want to have Shakeology? Or why would they, and trust me, you guys, people don't have to be on Shakeology. Sometimes I get frustrated when we get too Shakeology focused, and I'm guilty too, because I'm obsessed with Shakeology. But people don't have to be on Shakeology to be a coach or to be a customer. They can get it. They can get Recover. They can get our pre-workout Energize. They can get Beachbody on Demand. I mean, don't just think Challenge Pack and Shakeology. Yes, that is what gets you Success Club points. But sometimes when you're just having a conversation about Energize, our pre-workout, it leads into getting the post-workout too. The conversation just kind of goes there. Before you know it, they're ordering pre and post-workout, which gives you 1 Success Club point. So if you get tunnel vision of challenge packs, and sales, it hurts you. It hurts you. You really have to have tunnel vision on what this person needs and start having those conversations. And as you start to talk to them more about their nutrition needs, or what they're having after the workouts, or what they're not getting in their diets, or how they sometimes can't get to the gym every day. They might say they like going to the gym, but it's -6 degrees outside and they don't want to go, or whatever. So as the conversations progress and you ask questions, as a professional consultant would do, or a personal trainer would do, or any kind of coach would do, you ask questions and find out needs so that you can help them, you're going to see that there's other opportunities there. And then you can suggest what you think will help them best. Okay. But when you do that, like I said, having a sense of urgency and value, like, oh, okay, so you think that you would need this. And so here is everything that you would get if you decide to do that. But that's the ending part of that's when you've got them to the point that they are considering it now, right? You've already had all the conversations of their needs and options and all that kind of stuff. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. And I'm gonna look to see if you have any questions. I can see your questions today. Jovette's obsessed with Shakeology too. Okay, awesome. Not seeing any questions yet. Okay, so that was tip number 2. Tip number 3, and I only have 5, so hang with me here. Posting a before and after. Now, yes, posting it on your social media, on Facebook, on Instagram. One of my favorites is Brittany Leggett's. Oh my gosh, her before and afters from 80 Day Obsession, amazing. But there's tons of them out there. I usually find before and afters on either the 80 Day Obsession page, or Autumn's page, or Team Beachbody 411. There's lots of places where before and afters are shared. So posting something like that. Now remember, you guys, curiosity marketing, don't mention the name of the product or program. You can just say who's in. Aren't these results amazing? You can say in 80 days, blah, blah, blah. Who's in? Kelsey Shackley. Hey, Kelsey. had just texted me the other day that I think it was just an article, and I haven't fully read it yet, but saying something about Facebook kind of withdrawing from the news feed. Anything that has the words in it, comment below or tag your friend or tag whatever. Certain things like if you or whatever. So these keyword and these phrases that Facebook is withdrawing from the newsfeed or kind of hiding from the newsfeed because it assumes you're trying to promote something. So by saying something other than comment below, you might get better traction. Maybe if you say who's in or who's with me, something like that, that might work better for you. But again, curiosity marketing, you don't need to give all the information and what's in the Shakeology and what they're going to get in this challenge group and what they're going to get. No, you don't need all that detail. That's the kind of detail you give to people once they are interested. And once they're interested, the first thing that you do in that message is ask them more questions before you even give more information. What are your goals? I want to make sure I can help you. I'd be happy to fill you in, but first tell me, what are your goals? That's what I always say. When people are like, yes, I'm in, I DM them and I say, awesome. I'd be happy to fill you in. What are your goals? I need to know more about what they want before I can figure out what is going to be best for them and what I'm going to recommend. Okay, so you might think that when people say, yes, I'm in, give me information, you might think that I just DM them or Facebook message them and say, yeah, here's the link to my site, go buy it. I never do that. Nope. First of all, I ask them if they already have a coach because I don't want to step on anyone's toes, but I ask them, what are your goals? What are you wanting to accomplish? You have to be building that trust and that, sense that you know what their needs are so that you can actually help them, right? And not just make a sale. So posting the before and after, and let me just add to that, not just on your public social media, Instagram or your Facebook or whatever, but within your groups, you guys, in your groups. It's becoming more and more evident that when we are having a launch like this and end of year, push and that kind of a thing, that you're better off talking, like I said, one-to-one and to those people that you already have their attention. So in your challenge groups, your current challenge group, your free groups, those people that you've already been serving at a time at the end of the month like this, that's the best time to really be reaching out to those people one-to-one. So if you have a group out there, it's a free group, going through them, go click on members over at the side, go through the members and click message on each one of those members and, figure out what their needs are, what their goals are for 2018. Perfect thing to say to every single member. What are your goals for 2018? Start a new conversation just like that. And of course, I hope you're leveraging the fact that people that, do want to join as a coach can be in the 80-day obsession coach test group. So number 3 tip was posting your before and afters. Okay, so number 4 is to actually send some emails. I know, I don't like emails. And I'm guessing you probably don't either, and most people don't. But here's the deal. Some people just don't check their Facebook messages, or they're just really not on Facebook that much anymore, or they don't check their DMs. It's a whole bunch of people who are on Facebook but don't really check their messages. Or are on Instagram but don't really check their DMs because they don't usually get DMs. So you really have to, at the end of the month, you really need to make sure you're really touching all areas that you can possibly touch, and email is one of them. So I don't recommend just like a big mass email, but if that's the only time that you have and you're really, short on time, send out a quick mass email to, 30 to 50 family and friends, and literally just letting them know that you're still a fitness coach and you want to help them, and ask a question at the end. How can I help you in 2018? What are your goals? Perfect time to reach out to friends and family and just ask that. I don't recommend that you put a link in that email. Don't put the link. Click on my link if you want any products or programs. Don't do that. Don't do that. A, because if there's a link in the email, it's likely to go to their spam. And B, it just seems like you wrote the email because you have this agenda to just make a sale. And you don't. You're asking what their goals are. You want to know what their needs are. You want to know if there's any way that you can help them. So that was number 4. Number 5 is to post one more time, at least one more time, about your next upcoming challenge group. And hopefully you're doing one where you do require, yes, I'm all for free challenge groups, like a free whatever kind of a group. But the truth is, you're going to be able to help people so much more and get results if it's not a free group, because free groups are usually 5 days. Not going to see a whole lot of results in 5 days. It's a kickstart, but it's not the biggest benefit to them if it's only 5 days. So investing in a, in a product or a program, they don't have to buy a challenge back. And you can say that this is a complimentary group for anyone who invests in any product or program. And you don't even have to say that in the post. Make the post more just like, this is fun, I'm in, I want to get in the best shape for myself in 2018. I want to bring others along on this ride with me. Who's in? And some kind of, scroll stopping picture that goes with it, and just start having those conversations. And then you can give more details if you have people who actually don't have a fitness program to follow in 2018 or need help with their nutrition. I bet of all the people on the list, of everyone you probably have 100 to 200 people on that list. I can almost guarantee you that the majority of them don't have a fitness program to follow in 2018, nor do they have a meal plan to follow in 2018, nor do they know where to begin. And not all of them actually want to do anything with fitness or nutrition in 2018. So once you back down that number, there's a small percentage that they need you right now. Maybe not last month. Trust me, things are different right now at this very moment in time, in between where we're, right in the thick of the holidays and people are off work and people have been indulging. Right now is a unique opportunity in time where people who were not interested last week or were not interested 2 weeks ago because they were way too busy with the holidays and hosting people, it's different right now. It's totally different right now. People are making decisions, serious decisions about their health and the future of their 2018, with their jobs, with their careers, with their lifestyle, with their time for their family. They're taking a serious, hard look at everything. So even if you have discount coaches, this is the time to reach out to them as well and just, invite them to your next group and be a part of things. Okay, so with that, let me see if you guys have any questions. I don't see any questions. I see the chats. Thank you, Jackie and Jovette and Sandy. Okay, awesome. So we finished in under 30 minutes again. I'm so excited. I'm really trying to make these in less than 30 minutes for you so that I don't take up too much of your time. Okay, so with that, I hope you're enjoying your holidays and I hope you have a happy new year, and I will talk to you next year. So next week, January 4th, and we have special guest speaker, Kelsey Shackley. Okay, Kelsey Shackley, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, she's gonna have an amazing training for you. She has been having huge success lately, huge momentum. She just had a record check. I think she's okay with me sharing that it was over $4,000 last week, her Beachbody pay. Does that take time? Yeah, it takes time. Has she built a team? Heck yeah, she's built a team, and she's building leaders, and she's helping other women do a business like this that helps her, earn a living while she can stay at home with her girls. How awesome is that? Okay, so we'll hear from Kelsey next week. So happy New Year, everyone, and we'll see you then.